If you're into drones, even casually, you've probably heard of DJI's latest release, the Mavic 4 Pro. It's a name that's been circulating among enthusiasts and professionals alike, and for good reason. On paper, the Mavic 4 Pro looks like DJI took everything people liked about the Mavic 3 Pro and said, let's make it better, and then some. In many ways, they've succeeded. But before you get too excited, there's a significant caveat. It's not yet available in the United States, thanks to tariffs and political uncertainty. So, if you're in the US, you'll have to admire this beast of a drone from afar for now. That said, let's dive into what makes the Mavic 4 Pro such a powerhouse, and where it still has a few shortcomings. At a glance, the Mavic 4 Pro doesn't look radically different from the Mavic 3 Pro, but start unfolding it and you'll see the upgrades. The arms can now fold and unfold in any order, finally, and the body's been redesigned for better aerodynamics. It's also slightly heavier, around 2.3 pounds. But that extra weight comes with better battery life and more stable flight. And then there's the camera system. That big round gimbal on the front? That's DJI's new Infinity gimbal, and it looks like something straight out of a sci-fi movie. But it's not just a visual gimmick. The gimbal can rotate freely, including a full 90-degree flip to shoot vertical video. That means you can film straight for Instagram or TikTok in full resolution, no cropping or workarounds. Let's talk cameras, because this drone isn't flying around with just one. You get three. The main one is a 4 by 3-inch Hasselblad branded sensor, capable of 100 megapixel stills and 6K video at up to 60 frames per second. That's already better than most dedicated cameras out there, not to mention other drones. The second camera is a 70mm medium telephoto lens, similar to what we've seen on the Mini 4 Pro, with a 1 by 1.3-inch sensor. And then there's a 168mm telephoto lens with a 1 by 1.5-inch sensor that's mostly there for capturing faraway subjects like wildlife or landscapes where getting close isn't practical. Together, these cameras give you way more versatility than you usually get in a drone. You can go wide, go medium, or punch in for tight shots, all while flying. It's like having a whole lens kit in the air. Video is where the Mavic 4 Pro really starts showing off. The 6K footage is incredibly sharp, with a ton of detail and great color straight out of the camera. If you're into post-production, you'll appreciate the support for D-Log, D-Log-M, and HLG for HDR workflows. The dynamic range is seriously impressive, up to 16 stops on the main sensor, so you won't lose detail in your highlights or shadows even in tough lighting. Now, if you grab the Creator Combo version, you also get all-eye video recording at 1,200 megabits per second. That's great for editing because it gives you cleaner footage and more flexibility. Just keep in mind, DJI did remove ProRes 422 HQ, which was available on the Mavic 3 Cine. That might be a bummer for high-end filmmakers, but most people won't miss it. For stills, the main camera can shoot up to 100 megapixels, which is kind of nuts. It captures a ridiculous amount of detail, and for big prints or high-resolution zooms it delivers. The edges of the frame aren't quite as sharp as the center, especially at the highest resolution, but it's still one of the best photography drones out there. You also get raw capture, an adjustable aperture on the main lens, and solid low-light performance thanks to dual native ISO. If you're serious about photography, the Mavic 4 Pro gives you plenty to work with. This drone isn't just about the camera, it's fast too. Top speed in sport mode is up to 56 miles per hour, and in normal tracking mode it can cruise at around 40 miles per hour. That's a jump over the Mavic 3 Pro and really helpful when you're trying to follow faster subjects like cars or bikes. It's not the most agile drone in DJI's lineup. That would be something like the Mini 4 Pro or Avatar 2, but for its size, it handles very well. It's smooth, confident in the air, and it just feels solid. Wind resistance is rated at 26.8 miles per hour, which means you don't have to worry too much about minor gusts ruining your shots. The new O4 Plus video transmission system also doubles the range over the previous model, up to 18.6 miles. Realistically, you're never going to fly it that far, but the real benefit here is how strong and consistent the signal is, even in areas where other drones might struggle. One of the most impressive upgrades is in obstacle detection. DJI added a forward-facing LiDAR sensor and paired it with 6 omnidirectional fisheye sensors that work in really low light, like full moon levels of dark. So yeah, you can actually fly this thing at night with confidence. It also features improved return-to-home functionality that doesn't even need GPS if the lighting is decent enough. Plus, there's a new feature called Dynamic Home Point, which updates the return location based on the controller's position. Super useful if you're moving around while flying. The new 95 watt-hour batteries give you up to 51 minutes of flight time on paper, and around 40 to 45 minutes in the real world, depending on how you're flying. That's a big improvement over the Mavic 3 Pro and makes a real difference during longer shoots. Charging is quicker too. A single battery takes about 50 minutes to charge via USB-C, and the Fly More Combos charger can handle 3 batteries in about an hour and a half. DJI also dropped a brand new controller alongside the Mavic 4 Pro, the RC2 Pro. It's got a 7-inch HDR touchscreen that can rotate 90 degrees, making it perfect for vertical shooting. The screen is super bright with a 2000 nit mini LED display, and the joysticks collapse into the body when you close the screen, making it easier to pack. There's HDMI out, USB-C, built-in Android with some basic app support, and even Wi-Fi 6 for faster media transfers. It's one of those rare accessories that actually adds value instead of just being a fancy remote. Now, as great as this drone is, it's not flawless. First off, there's still no word on US availability. That's going to be a big deal for a lot of people, especially pros who rely on DJI gear. The situation is murky, and there's a real possibility that sales in the US could be banned entirely. Also, while the telephoto lenses are a cool addition, the 168mm camera doesn't quite match the quality of the main or even the medium telephoto. It's good for scouting or reference shots, but don't expect the same sharpness or low-light capability. And like we mentioned earlier, the lack of ProRes support might turn off some video professionals, especially those already used to editing in that format. The base kit starts at around €2,099, about $2,390, which includes the RC2 controller and 64 GB of storage. The Fly More combo bumps it up with 3 batteries, a charger, and a carrying bag for about €2,699. If you want the Creator combo with the RC2 Pro controller, 512 GB of storage, and all-eye recording, you're looking at around €3,539. The DJI Mavic 4 Pro is, quite simply, the most capable consumer drone ever built. From its triple camera system to the innovative gimbal, from battery life to tracking and obstacle avoidance, DJI has raised the bar again, and significantly. Yes, it's pricey. No, it's not for beginners. And sure, the lack of US availability is frustrating, to say the least. But for pros and serious creators who want the very best tool for aerial photography and video, the Mavic 4 Pro is the new gold standard.